Hi guys, this is Andrew from Boxing Bros UK. Me and the great Chris started a channel a couple of weeks ago. It's doing well. We've got an interview with Ted Cheeseman coming up, I hope. Need to get that confirmed. Potentially an interview with Tom Dallas as well and Joshua Antonio. So stay tuned for that. I just wanted to do a little video on Canelo versus Mungier. And a little bit on Hughie Fury at the end, because I think it's quite an interesting story with Hughie Fury as well. They're the kind of lesser known brother out of the two. Well, there's several Furies, but you'd probably say Tyson Fury, obviously the most famous. People know Tommy Fury. Probably the less said about him, the better. No disrespect. And then Hughie Fury, but he's certainly the most likely the second best boxer in the family. Although I don't know what Big John might have to say about that. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, Canelo Mungier. I mean, look, the fight everybody wants to see is Canelo versus David Benavidez. Obviously, the Mexican, the unbeaten Mexican. I'm pretty sure he's unbeaten, isn't he? Yeah, 24 knockouts I think he's got. That's the one. So Canelo's got to get past Mungier before he gets, you know, people are talking about, you know, that has to be the next fight. Maybe a bit of interest around maybe Terence Crawford. That would be interesting. Terence Crawford coming up in weight, you know. But Terence Crawford said in an interview, you know, Canelo's a big guy, but I would fancy my chances against him. You know, he fancies his skill set against him. Not much interest around this. I mean, Mungier is, what is it, you know, 6 foot. You know, he's a big super mid, 79% KO ratio, good reach. You know, was a bit of a slugger in his early career. So he's had a long career for his age to get to this point, and he's got his shot against Canelo, and he deserves it. He didn't look too. I can have this guy, Deverenchenko. Got hurt in that fight. Looked a little bit shaky. His defence been called into question. Freddie Roach is his trainer, who's a very aggressive attacking trainer, as we know, the great Freddie Roach. But he did to John Ryder what Canelo couldn't. And, you know, Canelo sort of certainly had John Ryder hurt, but he stopped John Ryder, and I think that was the fight that got him his shot. So, you know, he's 27, he's in his prime, 6 foot, good jab, solid jab now, clearly been working on that, great reach. 43 fights, 34 KOs. You know, the other notable win, other than Deverenchenko, Liam Smith beat a few years ago. Obviously, Liam Smith, very good British fighter, you know, over the years. Can we make a case? Could we make a case for Mungier winning? Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely. The safe bet is on Canelo, isn't it? That's the safe bet, obviously. You know, but how much has Canelo got left? Is he on the slide? You know, there was a talk, wasn't he? Is he slightly on the decline? Maybe. I don't know, the motivation. I think the only way Mungier wins is if Canelo doesn't have one of his best performances, doesn't kind of, you know, he's one of the best counter punchers in the business, Canelo, isn't he? If he's maybe timing's a bit off, which I'd find unlikely. If he maybe is a little bit on the slide, not overly motivated, Mungier being really hungry, it could be a crossing over of the old guard. I mean, Canelo, what is he, the IBF, WBA, WBC and WBO super middleweight champion. Long career, Canelo, 2005. The guy's 33, or what is he, 33, 34? Still only 33, 34. But coming to the sort of twilight end of his career. But debuted in 2005. His only losses were certainly nothing to be ashamed of. Lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr. in 2013. I think he was around, what was he, 23, 22, 23. So he was still learning his trade, wasn't he? Would have learnt a lot from that fight. And his other loss was against the great light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol, who we're going to be seeing against Beterbiev, one of the fights of the year potentially, isn't it? One of the fights of the decade. A lot of excitement for that one. We've done a couple of videos on that. Yeah, lost by unanimous decision to Dmitry Bivol. You know, maybe one step. I mean, he's gone from like, what has he gone from? Canelo, like welterweight or whatever it was, all the way up to light heavyweight. Like beat Kovalev, maybe an aging Kovalev at light heavy, but he. I mean, fair play to him. He's certainly gone through the divisions, and he likes a challenge. But he just come up against short against Bivol. Didn't really seem to have an answer. Bivol, very smooth operator. You know, behind his jab, good footwork, and sort of, it was a bit of a shutout really. The Bivol win against Canelo, but 60 fights, 39. Is it 39 KOs, 2 losses? Yeah, so a lot of fights. Beat Jamel Charlo, didn't he? Yeah, it's an okay fight, wasn't it? Had obviously the trilogy with Triple G. A lot of people think at least one of those 3 fights, Canelo maybe one-edged it, you know. Broke Billy Joe Sausage's face, didn't he? Sorry, Billy Joe. Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Sausages. He's a bit like Ricky Hatton. He likes to get on the food and beer in between fights, and it would be nice to see Billy Joe back. I don't know if he's on the comeback trail, but you know, he had a serious injury. You know, Canelo timed him with a big uppercut to the orbital area, to the face area, and you know, that's a bad injury for a boxer. So you know, can you make a case for Mungier to win? You know, to certainly shake things up, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, of course, there's always a chance. You know, he's a big puncher. He's